Hello, Amanda's Favorites, and I'm back with my quarterly update number 1 for the year of 2021. And I did not want to disappoint, so I have been in 3 different ways of planning per my typical MO. I don't know, I just still have commitment issues, and I like to just go with the flow from wherever I am in my life with whatever I'm feeling. That my planner matches my mood, I guess you could say. And I'm going to share 3 different ones. One's an oldie, but still a goodie. And one I have used recently, so you've seen it in a quarterly update. And the other one, I don't think I was using at the time. I don't know if I've showed you this one before. You may have probably already seen it, but it's new to me. I've had it for a while, but I finally decided to start using it. It might have shown up in my last quarterly update, but I've also been using it in a different way now that I think about it. So don't completely quote me on that. I'm gonna try to do this all in one take. Last time was a bit difficult. I think I recorded the beginning like 6 different times, but luckily my kids are all downstairs. They are being quiet, and so maybe I will have 0 interruptions and background noise and distractions, but obviously I can't be sure about that. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share with you. I'm still surprised that anyone is interested in how I plan, because I think my life is pretty run-of-the-mill and not very exciting, but I do have some go-to things that work for me, and maybe it will spark an idea of how it can work for you, or maybe not. Maybe you'll just enjoy seeing how I plan my everyday. So let's dive in and take an up-close look at each of the planning systems I have used in this first quarter. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's dive in. This is the first planning system I was using at the beginning of this year. It's a Leuchtturm. I was doing my own version of a bullet journal, nothing fancy. So if we want to open it up, this is when I started. I mean, this is the first full week of the new year. I kept it pretty simple. Pretty much the same way I was using it in December. I had a weekly spread, and then I had different to-do lists, errands that needed to be run, things that needed to be ordered. I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, shared a box, and I put the week up there so I could see the start date and the end date to my week. And that's pretty much how I carried on while I was using this. I'm not artistic or super creative in my opinion. And so my bullet journal was kept very, very simple. I went into February. I would make lists in between. I tried a new layout. I didn't do the boxes. I didn't really vibe with this. I didn't like it at all. So I went back to my boxes. And then I started feeling like I needed a change. So this was about mid-February, after my last week that I did, right after Valentine's Day. And then I stopped, and I just felt like I was in a big time planning slump. So when I feel like that, I go very, very, very minimal on my planning. And so I jumped over to this ERIN CONDREN monthly planner. And it is July 20th through December 21st. So up until December, I hadn't used it for anything. It just sat in my drawer, staring at me. I loved it. I love mid-century circles like Amanda does. I think it's really pretty. I liked how small and compact it was. And so in December, when I was still bullet journaling, I started marking down the days that I did workouts and what workout I did, just so I could keep track of what I was doing and when I was doing it. And I continued that, using this in that way in January. And I didn't use, so it has all the 18 months, and then it has blank pages. So for January and February, I continued just to use the monthly layout. And then when I got tired of bullet journaling and felt like I did not know how I wanted to plan, I jumped over into this. And I just took one side of the page per week and wrote a really simple to-do list. I would add to it as needed. I would mark off. I would highlight ones that really needed my attention. And that's how I did it for a couple weeks. And then I was talking to my sister Amanda, and we were talking about how she just jumped back into her ERIN CONDREN life planner. And I was like, oh, my daily duo has been sitting on, well, actually in my closet, not being used. I like this pretty layers, colorful one. And I really like ERIN CONDREN. As much as I like to try new things, which we all know I do, I always go back to ERIN CONDREN. I like the colors. I like how it feels seasonal. I love the paper. I love the tooth of the paper. I just really gravitate towards it for some reason, even though I'm pretty neutral in other ways. I don't know why. I just like a bright, sunny, cheery planner. Maybe that makes me feel like I can tackle my day better. So I decided to jump over here. It went untouched. And I am like Amanda in the way that if I'm going to put stickers, I sit down and sticker the whole thing right away. So it already had stickers in it, and it just sat there, not getting any love or attention. And so when Amanda told me she jumped back into her ERIN CONDREN from her golden coil, I decided, well, maybe my daily duo needs a little TLC. So I use this. I have like initials for different things that show up on the calendar quite frequently. These are all for my oldest child. He's in off-season football and track class. So early on in March, I was like, yes, let's do this. So I dove right in. I do gravitate towards an hourly spread. It works with my mind. I like to visually see where my time is being allotted. I don't necessarily time block, but I do like to see the scheduled things. And my oldest, since he does the off-season football and track class at our local high school, even though I do homeschool all the other subjects. In Utah, we do have the capability of doing that, which I am very grateful for. So I like to keep track of all his things that he needs to do. I keep a simple to-do list. I did start tracking things that sometimes I'm really bad at and forget. I don't necessarily need to see an overview in that way, but every day I like to see that I took my morning meds, I took my evening meds. Did I read or listen to a podcast? Did I do my journaling? Did I stretch? All those things. And so I like to do that down here. And it's pretty much the same thing every day. If I accomplish the thing on my to-do list, I put a check. If I don't, I put an arrow, and that means I'm going to move it to the next day. I do like to keep a master list for the week, and I was doing it in here of the important things I needed to do that week. And then I sit down at the end of every day and plan my day for tomorrow. And that seems to work really well for me. And I didn't do a tracker there. And I can tell you whatever, I had to take my meds. And I need to do a tracker for today. Apparently, I did not fill out this last night. I was actually quite tired and didn't do it. But look, it says film right there for Amanda. Happy St. Patrick's Day, even though you will be watching this not on St. Patrick's Day. So I'm currently using this and I love it. For how long? I don't know. I'll use it until I'm not feeling it anymore. But I am excited to be back in ERIN CONDREN, at least temporarily. I am excited for the launch of her new life planner. I will be sure to be checking that out. So since my planning has been really simple, I also wanted to share the pens that I'm using. This is still my current favorite pen. I should turn it the right way, guys. I'm not good at this YouTubing. I love the Sarasa, the Zebra Sarasa. I love the gel ink. I typically gravitate to a 0.5. I have these in different like I do have a 0.4 and maybe even a 0.3. I don't typically go bigger than a 0.5, but Zebra Sarasa gel is my all-time favorite right now. And this Tombow Play Color Dot is how I make my circles to do my little, that's actually the wrong end, to check off the daily things I need to do. So it just has this dot marker on the end, and then it has a really fine tip in the same color. And then I still really love the ERIN CONDREN wet erase, and then I also use this, is it Stapler or Statler non-permanent wet erase marker on my ERIN CONDREN laminated calendar that I think my sister said is no longer being sold right now, but I love it. We also use these on our weekly school schedule. So each of my kids has one of these. This is an ERIN CONDREN clipboard. My sister also informed me that these are no longer available on our site. I just happen to have 3. They're girly. My boys don't care. They sit on the counter in an acrylic stand I got off Amazon, and they work really well. Then I just created this, I don't know, wherever you create spreadsheets, numbers or Excel, one of those. And I was printing them off weekly, but I don't need to keep anything long-term that way for homeschooling because of the state we live in, and it was just wasting paper and ink. And so I decided to laminate it, and we use these wet erase markers on it. So my kids keep track of what they need to do. Now my rule is they just need to have their stuff accomplished by Saturday morning. So they have all the way through Friday. So if they play too much with their brothers or go outside and walk the dog or just are goofing around and they don't accomplish what they need to do on that Monday or Tuesday, they know that they have the rest of the week. They can double up or triple up their math or what they need to do. So these are kind of the basics. We do together school. It's not on here because we do it together and I don't require them to keep track of it. I'm just trying to teach them how to manage their time, how to maybe keep a list of the things they need to do, a way to keep track of their assignments. And this is the most simple way that seems to work with us. And they each individually have their own, which I think is the most important aspect that they really like. And then, just like Amanda, I love Mary ENGELBREIT. And I love her page a day calendar. I love how it has the colored dots. I love her artwork. I love the quotes. It just is nostalgic. It makes me think about my childhood and just makes me smile. So why not? Thank you so much for joining me. I probably get flustered and leave things off that I wish I would have said. Amanda is a pro at filming and recording planner videos for you guys on YouTube. She creates amazing content. I am nowhere up to par with her. I don't know all the nitty-gritties about each of the planners I use. I just know that they are currently working for me, and when they don't, I just move on to the next one. I am grateful that I have the opportunity to move around in different ones and that I get to glean so much knowledge off my sister. She is so kind and generous with what she shares with all of you, and especially with me. I feel honored to have her as an older sister, and I feel honored that she asked me to come on here once a quarter and share my planning style with you guys. I do hope you are having a lovely day, whatever day it is, and that if your planning system is not working for you, don't be afraid to set it down and find something that does, because you want the planner to work for you, not you working for the planner. And I think that's all I have to say about that. Thanks to my child for the blender. Over and out.